Like peace, man. Kind of. I'm going to show you a card now. Hey, I've gone back to Woodstock. Can you believe it? Peace. Well, I'm going to make a card here. Now, it could be for any time of year, but it spells peace, so it can more or less be a Christmas card, I suppose. But I suppose it could be for anything. And I've kept it very simple because you can decorate this up as much as you like. Now, in this complete set, you're going to get the alphabet spelling peace, but in different sizes. So you've got the small P there that's going to be at the front of the card, the E there, slightly larger. And don't forget these downloads, you can actually taper them along and make books out of them, or you can have stacking ones going over. Various ways of using these templates. You've got the A in the next size, then you've got the C in the next size, and you've got the E in the biggest size. That's working back to front. That'll be the back card like that. Now I've got some different cards here. You can choose any cards that you want, but I've got a nice kind of gold, well, silvery kind of textured card here. I've also got, well, there's an example of one of the letters. And also for this one, I've just keep it very simple. Peace is white and silver. You can have colours if you want, but I've just chosen some nice white card. Kept it very, very simple. Now, first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut out all of the sections. And as you can see here on this one, you can see how the piece, that's how it's going to work. It's going to open up a little bit like a book, but when it stands, it'll be like a bit of a fan shape. We've got an extra bit here, which we're going to cover. But first of all, you need to cut out all the different sections. Now, to get this extra bit on the end here, all I've done is taken one of the letters, and if you keep, say, a ruler, something like that, so you've always got the same thickness, you're just going to just draw along there like that, and then cut that out. So that would be your first one. So if I show you that now, there is E, and you've got the extra bit on the end. If I move that out the way now so you don't get confused, there's the E. Now, the C I did exactly the same, but you can see what I've done here. I've kept the length there, but where the next letter finishes, you just cut along. So you've got that, it's slightly smaller like that. Can you see? And then you take the next one, which is A. You've got the same width at the end here, but the letter is slightly smaller, so that fits over there like that. Then you've got the E, and then you end up with a long bar on this side with the small P at the front there. So first thing you do is just creatively take your card. You should be able to take one card to make this card, and you take each of these templates now and you just draw around them like that. And where the actual section is here, where you're going to do the crease, I would, before I cut it out using an embossing tool, is just put that on there and just score down there. I find it easier if you do it before, then just cut that out, ready to put your letters on. Do exactly the same with all the different letters which I've cut out. So I've got one set of the alphabets which form the template. Then I've also got one set that forms the letters, and there's the E that fits over there. Next, what I've got here is my silver. There's my silver card there, as you can see. Now, I've got the E on there. Now, it's the right way round now, but what you've got to do is turn it around. So I'm going to put it there that way round, and then all you do is draw around it, cut it out, and you end up with the letter E the right way round. Now, I've got my pieces of card here already cut out, as you can see, and I've got the crease there. I'm keeping this very simple, and I'm just going to glue that and then stick that on the front. You could use foam pads if you want, but if you did that, then it's not going to really fold very flat when you're finished with it. So I'm going to use a little bit of glue. And the great thing is this, you can decorate them up and make them as fancy as you want. But as I said, I'm trying to keep it a little bit kind of holy, a little bit kind of angelic, a little vestual. Is that the right word? I've not got a clue. There you go, Chucks. There's the E on the back. Now, the C goes over the top there. Now, I'm just going to use a little bit of double-sided tape. Now, I'd use 2 strips if I had the time, but I'm just using 1 strip here. And then that just peels off. And then line this up exactly where it goes. So you're working back to front. So it's good if you lay them out in front of you, so you're not going to get mixed up. So there's the C. So if you just lay that down and make sure you've got that exactly in the right place. Bend that down, and then you've got the C and E, and then do the same with the next one. We're going to do the letter A. Now you can use any thickness of card, but you only need a thinnish card. Maybe you want to choose a thick card for the back, so it gives it a little bit of strength, and then you use a thinner card going along, and maybe a thicker card at the front as well, so the cards and the pages in between could be paper even. I shall get this off in a minute. I couldn't pre-plan this because you need to stick them together. I need to show you. So again, you just stick that down, make sure it all lines up, and then stick the edge down, and then you've got A, C, E. Then we're going to do the same with the E there. But you can imagine these, you could do all sorts. You could do names this way. Good idea of doing names. So it's just a little bit different. And when it stands up, it looks quite good because the letter at the front is smaller than the one at the behind. And you can, when you fan it opens up really nicely. So that just fits on there. And that's going to stick over the top there. And can you see how this is working now? It's creating like a little book effect. And then finally, I'm going to put the piece on. And that's going to stick down there and peel the back off that one. It always happens to me, this. This is the problem of biting your nails. But I'll never stop now, not at my age. And then that fits over there like that. And you've got the construct. Now you could leave it at that if you want. So if you just open it like that, like that, like that, like that. So you've got, see how it spins around? You're spelling out peace. Piece man, and if that stood on the corner on a ankle piece, and that'd look quite nice. It's a bit different, isn't it? But I think this looks a little bit unfinished. So I've cut another piece here of card, which is exactly the same size. And if I just put a little bit of double-sided tape on either side here, it will just finish it off, I think, a little bit nicer. And again, just peel the backing off, like so. You could use glue if you want to, it's entirely up to you. I mean, every crafter's got their own different products that they like using, don't they? And this isn't one of them at the moment. Just peel that off. Come on, for Daddy. Oh, there's always one that plays you up, isn't there? There you go. So again, I'm just going to stick that down and just pop that into the middle there like that. Stick it down. And then that just folds over the front, and you've got the edge there nicely sealed, so it just keeps it all together. And there is a card with peace on that's just that little bit different. Don't you agree?